One of my teacher has been studying with Louis Kahn. So his name is Hisao Koyama, but he was studying in the Pennsylvania University, I think. So it was very natural for us to know Louis Kahn's work from him. And I did at least three journeys. At first to the East Coast of the United States, and then to see the Kimball Art Museum. And then 2 years ago I went to Salk Institute. So all of them was so fascinating. But for me, the most impressive, most amazing one was the Kimball. Yeah, my architecture thinking is, in a sense, mainly influenced by Kahn's concept of the beginning, or what the building wants to be. That's influenced me a lot. So when I talk about the primitive future, I like to go back to the starting point or beginning of human behaviors, or of course materials and surroundings and people's activities. I like to start from such kind of a very fundamental basics, and to rethink about what is a place for people, or what is the structure, or what is everything. In every project I like to start from such kind of basics to rethink about what is architecture. We have to develop the Kahn's ideas in a more contemporary way. The monumentality and the community, or the place for people, or the monument for people. And I think, for example, in my project I did design children's centers for the mental disease children. Me and the client tried to design the space, not force children to do something, but we are thinking the space allow children to do various different kinds of things. So for me, the power of the architecture could be used, or should be used, for such kind of a, how to say, openness of the mind of the people. And actually recently I am doing some kind of a monumental buildings. We won 2 international competitions last year, one in Serbia and one in Taiwan, and both is designing a huge public plaza for people. And in Taiwan I am now doing the 300-meter high tower, like Eiffel Tower, but not like Eiffel Tower. But we try to create kind of a soft or a subtle monument, strong monument, but at the same time it is very, how to say, open for people. So in this 21st century, we could be inspired by the Louis Kahn philosophy to provide a space for people, or to create the kind of a community by the power of the architecture. But the shape or form or existence of architecture is now changing. So we can make more and more subtle or phenomenal architecture to realize such kind of a community. When I talk about the ruins, I got a big influence from Louis Kahn's ruins. And for me, the ruins is the starting point of architecture, which is not yet architecture, because sometimes it is just walls, or it is just structures, the arcs, something. So it inspires people's behaviors. I'm thinking that is the beginning of the relationship between the space and peoples. So in the project of the House N in Japan, I try to use such kind of a power of the ruins. The outer box is just like ruins, the concrete structures. And it allows people to come and out freely, and the rain comes in, the wind blows in through that. So it is the soft boundary of the territory. Of course made by concrete, so it is a very strict boundary. And then we have 2 more boxes. So it allows people to have many different choices according to their feelings, or according to the, of course, seasons and the weathers. That is, I think, the basic concept for me of the ruins. Ruins is very open, so people can be very, very creative. They can find the meanings from the meaningless situation. I like a metaphor or analogy, for example, the architecture like forest. The method to inspire myself or ourselves to think about architecture in a different way. So how to make something between, for example, architecture and forest, or how to understand these differences, or how to put these forest natural ideas to architectures could create something unexpected. I like to find the new viewpoint to understand architecture. In every project, I like to find new starting point. So the metaphors could help me to start. Of course, my hero is Le Corbusier, Mies van der Rohe, and Louis Kahn, and I like to try to go beyond from them. It is really, really exciting historical continuity to be inspired by the former guys, but to have to go beyond them. But Louis Kahn's uniqueness is a very, very outstanding, I think, to overcome modernism. Because not just to go opposite to modernism, but to go from much deeper point to overcome the modernism. So our generations could be inspired by such kind of a really fundamental, primitive viewpoint to rethink about the whole history of the architecture. So Louis Kahn is still alive for us to inspire us in such a point.